Hey guys, checking out Xphonika by Online Music Foundry and Gary Gibbons. This is an expansion pack. It's a preset pack for Retrolog 2, which also obviously, if you have Cubase, then you have Retrolog. And this expansion pack, these presets are pretty geared for trailer music, dark cinematics, or anything in between, like textures. If you're looking for pads, evolving sounds, this is a great expansion. So I'm going to explore the sounds. Of course, I'm going to give you a lot of the demos, but we are also going to kind of look inside and see what makes the presets tick. And so you'll get a little extra insight to sound design and decisions. But of course, it's all about the sound. So let's get started. Right, so this little piece was all written with Xphonika. It's 100% Retrolog, and I'm gonna put the link for that little example in the description of this video. But before we dive further into the sounds, let's have a quick overview of Retrolog. So as you can see, this is a virtual analog synthesizer, and I love it because it is simple yet very powerful. We have 3 oscillators. We have oscillator 1, 2, and 3, but we also have a sub oscillator and a noise section. Now, each of those goes into the filter where you can find a lot of shapes. We have low pass, we have high pass, we have band pass, we have all pass. So it's a lot of things that you can do here. And we have an envelope assigned to that. So you can see the envelope right below here. And that goes into the amplifier, which also has its own attached envelope. Now the modulation section has 3 LFOs. We have also an additional envelope, and on the bottom here we have the modulation matrix, which if you're into designing your own sounds, this is where the kind of magic happens. This is where the cool stuff happens, where you can move things, automate things. But not only that, we also have an Arpeggiator Sequencer section here. That page is also very versatile, and there's a lot of things you can do here. I'm not going to cover that in this video. And we have the effects tab where you can find the resonator. We have a phaser and modulator. We have delay and reverb. So all in all, very, very comprehensive synthesizer. There's a lot of things that you can do here. Let's open up the browser and see what's inside. So I'm going to zoom into Xphonika. I'm just going to clear all the filters, and we have 355 different presets and different categories. We have basses, we have brass, we have chromatic percussions, we have cinematics, drums and percussions, a lot of sounds in all different categories. But what I think it's important to note here is that for each one we have a very detailed comment, and you can see that lots of them are highlighting the aftertouch, and we have the mod wheel assignments and things like that. So that will give you a kind of a hint where that sound can go. And we also have the signature. So for each of the presets that it makes sense to note that, you'll see the signature, and there are other odd signatures other than 4x4, right? So that's a refreshing concept, right? Not always you find all these odd signatures, and I really love that idea. So let's have a quick listen to some basses, and I'm just gonna go with the first one. Right, and we can try that with the mod wheel. Right, so we get that vibrato. And let's move to the next one. And another example. And going back to the browser here, I'm going to just clear the bass and let's try some of the brass presets. And let's see what we've got with the chromatic percussion. So these are sounds that are percussive, but they are also melodic, so you can actually play them. Right, and again, some of the sounds you have to wait for it. Very gentle, but you can hear that there's something going on here. This is because we do have the arpeggiator or the sequencer turned on. You can see it right here. And so that's why when you play a chord, you'll get that motion. Let's try some more. So I'm going into the cinematic, and these presets are great for, again, trailer music, for cinematic sound effects. And you'll see that we have the comments just giving you a hint what to expect. Right, let's move on to some other categories. For example, we have the drums and percussion, and here I have to hint on another preset pack by Online Music Foundry and Gary Gibbons, which is Doomstrophic, which I actually covered in my channel. So here you'll see that we have these drone sound drone, and they are very, very useful and very expressive. Now, if you go into the browser, you'll see that we have the comments, but let's go to the right here and you'll see again the signature. So it's really important to match whatever you're doing here. And let me show you, as I hinted, that with PadChop, let's go and open PadChop. You'll see that really matches things that you'll find here. So I'm going into PadChop and Doomstrophic, and we'll find the drums and percussions, and you'll see these battles, and they are very much kind of the same vibe. So I'm going to select something here, this one for example. And let's have both of them play together. Right, and we can just select something else here. And that, again, that's a really great PadChop preset pack, so check it out. I'm going to close this one and we'll come back to Doomstrophic with the strings. So these are the chaos ones, and there are some other things that you can find here. Let's go and just check hello. Very cool. And we can also try some of the others. So I'm going to again clear the presets here. And again, we have the arpeggiator running here, and you can see that right here. And by the way, you can see that we have this drop down here, phrases. So I'm going to go and show you something with that, because even if you're not familiar with how to program the sequencer and the arpeggiator here, there are a lot of already pre-made sequences for you. So I'm going to check it out in a moment. Next, let's try another one. Right, and if we go into the arpeggiator section here, we can just turn it on and play a chord. Right, but we can find something interesting here with the phrases, something like dance arp. You get the idea. A lot of fun, and just experiment with that. Of course, you can change the mode. We have up, down, up and down, and so on. Very, very cool. So I'm going to try some other preset like the string. So here again, we have things that are matching between the Xphonika and Doomstrophic. As you can see, we have the axis here. So I'm gonna just check one of those. And if we'll go into Pad Shop, you'll see that we have again the matching battle. So we can just have them both. Right, but we can also go and check out the strings right here. So I'm going to select Doomstrophic and go into the strings, and we'll go with the staccatos. And here again, we have the signature as part of the name, as part of the preset name. Just gonna go with this one. All right, and we'll select both of them. So that's very, very cool that you can mix and match between those two synthesizers. Very, very cool and very nice work. So next, let's check out some more stuff that we have right here with the strings. And one of the presets that I really think is worth mentioning is the axis wrap assignment. So we're gonna have a quick listen. And here we have some other type of modulation or some other type of effect. If we'll go into the sequencer, you'll see that we have the wrap. And as I move the mod wheel upwards, we have the wrap going from 3 to 8. And this is basically changing the starting point of the arpeggiator, of the sequence, so it will change the cycles. This is really interesting stuff. So some of the presets that use this technique will be very useful to just have something basic and then evolve over time and just not stay boring at the same pace. So one of the categories that I really love is the pads. And these are very interesting pads, evolving, moving, breathing. And there's a lot of expression here. And you will definitely want to wait for it and let that sound evolve and turn into something new. Because again, all these pads and many of the other presets are very long evolving sounds. And let's try another one. All right, so this is Xphonika. I really hope you enjoyed this one. And if you still have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. And you're most welcome to join my Discord server, the Plugin Academy, where we can chat about Retrolog, about this pack, the Xphonika, or anything else by Online Music Foundry and Steinberg. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next videos. Thank you and bye-bye.